Hi guys, hope everyone's having a really good week. Sorry that I didn't upload last week. I was having such technical difficulties. I broke my device and then I couldn't seem to get anything to work for me. And so I am really sorry. I hope everybody had a great week. And I do thank you for the ones who are really supporting me in this journey. And I ask for you to share with anybody that you know is struggling with deep depression, brokenness, heartache or hurt. Share with them my videos, share with them my YouTube channel. I ask them to come on this journey with me because I'm so passionate about sharing that we can heal from depression. So many people are completely stuck like I was in depression and feeling like it's an illness and not a symptom, and taking them little wins every day. You know, you get a win if you get out of bed in the day, you get a win if you go and have a shower, or you make contact with someone or talk to somebody. And I myself was in that years ago. When I hit the lowest of the lowest and I was very suicidal and broken, it was like I couldn't move, I couldn't function. I felt like an alien had taken over my life. It was just like a cloud of despair. I was so broken. And the thing is I understand it. And I understand how you can get like that. But I felt like I wasn't living. And it come to a point where I felt like if I was going to have to live in this world, then I better find out how to live it, because I'm not going to function like this anymore. I'm not going to live like this. And it was a journey and a half for me. And I feel like I did some ups and downs and twists and turns. And I've been figuring it out for quite some time. And now I'm completely a different human being. I look in the mirror and I see this different woman, completely different woman. And it took me a while to figure it out. But for you, I've got all my methods in a book. All the different steps that I took, I've got them in a book. Actually, I'm working on reconfiguring that book. I wrote a little book of the 9 steps that I took. But then I was looking at it, and it was the first book I've ever really properly written. I always dreamt about doing that, but I just, it was my first little attempt of doing it and self-publishing, and it wasn't that great. When I was reading back, I'm like, oh, I worded this a bit wrong, or this don't sound right, or I should have explained that more. And there was way more to what I was trying to say. So I'm actually kind of reconstructing it, and I will have it out within a couple of days. And I feel like it will really explain and be better, but I will put all my methods in there, all the different things that I did, so that you can do those methods. If you go back through my videos, you will see that there's lots of different things I did, and I found works, so that I've got this big tool belt now. But it took me a while to figure it out. But for you, you can actually just read it or watch my videos and see those. And if you apply them to your life, I promise you, you can heal. If I can, you can. Listen, I don't like to really go on and on and on about our past. I share my stories just to show that I'm like you, just to show that I've been through this trauma and come out the other side, just to show that it's possible to heal. I'm only sharing them for that reason, just to show that it's possible. But none of the things that I dealt with affect me at all, because of the journey I've been on. It's just been amazing. Honestly, like, this journey I've been on is just revolutionized my life. All the different methods and steps that I've taken. There's been quite a few methods, and there's been a different way of how I've stumbled across the messages and how I've stumbled across the techniques and the methods. And I share them on all my videos, so I don't really want to go through more today. But I think one of the things what was brilliant for me is, like, during the pandemic, when I was like by myself right at the beginning, when everybody was so scared and nobody knew what to do and everyone was isolated, I began to watch YouTube. And I'd never watched YouTube before. I'd never watched listened to a podcast. I was always so busy with my work and busy with my children that I'd never done that. But I was watching it, and all these people that I watched became like my network. They don't know me from Adam. They don't know who I am, but you know what? I watch them religiously, and their methods changed my life because I had nothing else to do but apply them to my life. I had nothing else to do but listen to them, and I was this broken mess of a human before that. And I was listening to Dr. Caroline Leaf, the neuroscientist, and applying her methods to my life. I was watching Master Sri Kashna and doing the breathing techniques and the daily affirmations and doing all that with him, and listening to his advice and techniques and doing his courses with him, and listening to Lewis Howes's School of Greatness and all the people he was interviewing every single day, and Jay Shetty, and them four became like my thing every single day. I watched them every day. I was applying their methods to my life, and as I was applying them to my life, light bulbs was going on, and I started to change. And a lot of what they was teaching was very foreign to what I grew up with. I grew up with such a very, very religious mindset. Everything other than what I was taught was a sin and New Age, and it took me a little while to open myself up to it, but I realized actually my methods wasn't working, and light bulbs went on that actually these things are proven facts. They're not sinful. They're not against God. They're all to help us, and they're all actually probably in the Bible, all these methods, So anyway, I mean, it was nothing to do with spirituality, so I really took on board all this stuff. And as I'm doing it, I'm changing. I'm starting to get inspiration. I'm starting to get creative, and I started to make all this stuff behind me, like just create, making necklaces and earrings and jewelry and crafts and artwork, and I realized I could draw. Who knew? Like, I'd look at a picture and then just draw it, and I'm like, I didn't know I could draw. But anyway, and I started going out for walks and wanting to get outside, wanting to exercise. And when we're depressed, you know as well as I do, who wants to exercise? We struggle to just get out of bed in the day, never mind exercise. Like, there's a lot of teachers who are talking about the brain food and the foods we should eat, and the foods what actually make us depressed with all the sugar and the junk and stuff. But when you're depressed like I was, and like maybe some of you are, who cares about the food we're eating? Some days we don't want to eat, some days we just put in whatever because we're broken and lost. But as I'm watching them religiously, taking in everything they're saying, I'm taking it in like a sponge and just sitting there and meditating and sitting there and speaking out affirmations. One of them was talking about doing a vision board. So I did a vision board, and within 2 years, everything I put on there had come true. And, I had no home, and I had on there a home, and I got a home, and everything I put on there came true. Car, money, bank account, just different things, but everything I put on there just all started to come true for me. And I'm learning. I was learning and learning and learning, just taking it in. And even though the pandemic was horrible being stuck in, horrible what happened, but and all the trauma that I've gone through in life, horrible situations. But you know what? Making good out of bad is always a brilliant thing, isn't it? Finding the silver lining is brilliant. Well, I found these teachers during that time, and I took on board everything they said, and I changed from the inside out. My whole life, doing the daily affirmations, just putting the post-it notes everywhere. I couldn't look in the mirror and say these nice things over myself, so I'd read out the affirmations off the notes, which was all around all the time. Doing the gratitude, you would be surprised what gratitude does to your brain, how it switches something, like when you're saying gratitude all the time and all the things you're grateful for, especially in the morning when I wake up, instead of going to the negatives, saying all the gratitude. And I was taking on board everything they was teaching. And since then, I found other great teachers like Mel Robbins and lots of other people. And I just love to watch them and love to listen to their advice. And I apply it to my life. And on today, I'm a totally different person thanks to them. And thanks to God and the universe just bringing this stuff to me. And so I encourage you to watch these people, but I encourage you also to be open to new methods and to come in on this journey with me. Go back through my videos and see all the steps I took. Please read my book and you'll see the different steps and methods I took. Apply them to your life, and I promise you, if you do, you will heal. I guarantee it, actually, that you will heal. If you apply them, if you really truly apply them, you will heal. The EFT tapping, the expert in that field, I'm going to put a link below, because he's worked with some people who have had the worst kind of trauma ever, and they've healed. They've actually healed, turned their life around. The scars and the memories don't hurt them. They're still there, but they don't hurt them anymore. So it is possible to heal. It is possible to change your life and turn your life around. If I can heal, you can. So that's my message today. Be open to new ideas. Please come on this journey with me. And I hopefully this week I'll be able to get back on track, and I will upload again on Wednesday and Friday. And so until then, have a great week. Bye.